topics and break down the drama.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
According to police, in the early hours of Sunday, February 23rd, 25-year-old Hannah Cobb shot and killed Telvin in the master bedroom of their home, a home which they shared with their 2 children. In a news conference obtained by WJBF News, Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams said the shooting happened after a night of drinking and an argument that turned physical. But how did the gun come into play? Well, according to an incident report obtained by Law and Crime, Cobb allegedly told police that sometime after they returned home, she was checking her firearm, something she claimed the couple did together every night. But get this, despite the incident report clearly stating that Cobb allegedly said she was cleaning her gun when it fired, Sheriff Williams says his office never received any information to support that.
Important for us to clarify that at no point during the investigation was there any information about a person cleaning a weapon.
However, Sheriff Williams made it clear this tragedy is not being ruled an accident. But if this wasn't an accident, then why isn't Cobb charged with a harsher crime like murder? And why was she not arrested on the spot? The delay sparked outrage from the victim's family and the community.
Sometimes evil just happens. You didn't do anything to get sick. You didn't do anything for trouble to come your way. You didn't talk about anybody for people to lie on you. Sometimes folk just don't like you because you look good. Sometimes they just hate on you because you're pretty. They can't stand you because you dress well. They don't like you because you represent yourself properly. They can't stand how you talk. They don't like your voice. They don't like your hair. They can't stand you because your shoes match your bag. They don't like you because you shout on Sunday morning. They get mad because you teach Sunday school. You're well-spoken. Listen, don't let anybody bury the light of your potential under the bushel of their expectation. I'm not in this world for you to like me. If God be for us, who can be against us?
We gave y'all 2 sides. So we gave y'all a little what's happening in the world, and then we also gave you a little of God. So of course, you know, anytime that we can bring in the word and some motivation, and all these times we always want to do this. So we're going to start with a little discussion on the first video that you guys saw.
Look black and white to me.
Okay, so he's not as black and white as you would think. Actually, unfortunately, Christina's not here. She brought this to the team because she felt like it was something that we can have a discussion about. And I asked the team to do some research and kind of get some information on it so that I can kind of understand a little more about it. And one of the things that I found, and then of course you guys can jump in if you know anything about this story, was 2 things. A lie is a lie, and I don't care how you try to clean it up or cover it up. They had been out, apparently this couple allegedly was a very volatile couple. And this young man made some very derogatory comments and statements toward women of color, and how he felt about women of color, and that he would never be with a woman of color.
All right.
And then to lose his life to someone else. And then, of course, from what I allegedly heard, this woman had a relative on the sheriff's department that kind of helped to cover this story up. And so what I wanted to bring to the table for a discussion on this piece, and the reason I bring it in, well, first of all, we shouldn't take a race of people on any side and then want to label or put down or automatically assume that it has to be racially motivated, you know, because what we're doing now is we're getting so desensitized to the act of what people are doing, and we're getting so caught up into defending sides that we miss. And so I really wanted to bring that up and ask, has anybody seen this story or have any bit to discuss on that? Because apparently it's something that's out there on social media. Had you heard anything about that? You know I'm looking at you.
I know.
Yes. Come on, Tiara.
I don't know if this is the same story that I saw or if this is another one, because, or maybe it was another story that kind of happened that was similar to this. My only, I guess, real thoughts on this, just based on the clip that we saw and what you just shared, is
Say it, girl. Say it. Spit it out.
That's okay.
just in general, black, white, whatever, like
Yes.
we gotta stop with these abusive relationships. We
Yes.
gotta stop with this staying and stuff because the whatever is good,
Yes.
but then we're beating each other upside the head. Like, it's not cute. It's like we gotta stop.
When it-
we
yeah.
really just gotta stop it.
When it gets to be something, and for me, when it gets to be something that is so toxic and it's so hateful, and you know, you guys are out drinking and partying, and then you come home. So obviously there was, because in the video you can see that of course we can't play the whole thing. The video, you can see that it was a very intense night.
yeah.
You know, so then you bring that home, you have a child, and then there is an argument. There are weapons in the home, okay? There is alcohol. So that in itself makes for a very bad.
And I'm gonna say this too.
Go ahead.
Girl, come up with an original story. I mean, it's all over Forensic Files that I was cleaning the gun and it went off. Like, please, come on.
Come on. And who's cleaning the gun at 5 a.m. after a night out partying? So that just really is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And so I'm going to ask the two men of God if you guys can get out.
That's what I was waiting for. I didn't
Yes.
want to talk.
Yeah, we want to ask you guys what's your thought on, because I want to get over to my pastor, Pastor Anderson, real quick.
I believe it just hurts my heart to know that there's a mother who had to get that phone call.
Yes.
There's a brother, there's a grandparent, there's a child that no longer has a father because of it. I don't think any laws could stop things like this. We can pass as many as we want to, but at the end of the day, it all points back towards the cross.
Yes.
And the reality of we need Jesus. And I just pray, my hope and my prayers that through her counseling or whatever her punishment is or whatever she goes through, because she still, regardless if she's locked up or not, she still has to deal with the fact that a life is missing. That the Holy Spirit does something to her heart to bring her to the cross.
I love that. Oh,
Well said.
Brother Carter?
And to other news.
Okay. Brother Carter said he chooses not to.
Can I ride off of his point?
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
I was listening to a clip, and it's something that my dad says all the time. But I was listening to the podcast episode with Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, and he was saying, my dad always says this: everything negative that happens and everything that hurts us in life is a result of sin. Like the stuff that we keep making provisions for, like it's okay if I do this and this is my life and this is the way I want to do it. Sin leads to these things. Like when it says the wages of sin is death, like, and of course I'm not talking about his death in particular, that he did anything to earn it. But what I'm saying is, like, when we engage in these types of things, like that is the result. So like Jonathan said, like, we gotta get it together. We gotta look to the Lord. And I also do want to send condolences to his family, and their daughter. It
And
looks
their
like they had
daughter.
a child together.
Yes.
This is really sad.
And it's just too often that we seeing this same scenario being played
Exactly.
out over and over
Exactly.
and over and over.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I say, black and white. So.
Yes. All righty, then we're going to go over to the topic with Pastor Anderson, my pastor. You know, we cannot, we have to move out of this thing of allowing others to dim our light. God has called us all for a purpose. We all have a purpose in our life. Some take a little longer to, connect and understand what that purpose is, but God has given us all a purpose. And we have to stop letting other people dim that light or allow us to suppress it ourselves because of a lack of faith and confidence within. So I just love Pastor when he speaks constantly about being bold in Christ, and I think I'm probably one of the boldest Collins Carters out there. I want to believe that I am because I'm definitely a woman that love him, but I also love myself, and I love his people, and I am bold with that. And I think that I just love that piece there. Y'all want to jump in on that?
So being bold is one thing, but maintaining a certain level of light in your life without allowing other people to dim it is a whole nother subject. Because
I agree.
There are people always going to be out there that, like he was saying, don't like you for one reason or another, don't know you from Batman.
Yes.
But yet they just see the outer person of you and want to tell you who they think you should be.
Yeah.
And so it's imperative that we understand who we are as individuals.
Yes.
And not allow
others.
Not only others, but allow ourselves to accept those
things that others are saying.
Negative words and stuff like that, Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, right? So why?
I love that. That's
Way to tie
good.
that.
All right, y'all want to jump on a piece of that?
You want to go?
No, you look at them. They right battling over this. Come on, Jonathan.
Man, way to tie it back.
Because it's gonna be continue. People gonna continue to always try to put you down. They're gonna do that. And I don't care how high you get on the mountaintop. That's why it's good to be copacetic in life.
Be all right with it.
Get too high and then get too low.
Yeah.
You gotta
just be all right. All right.
But
come
the
on.
most important thing is to be true.
Yes.
To yourself.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Jonathan.
I think a lot of people are starting to understand what this comes with. If you look at Jesus' life, I mean, this man got killed for this. This is God we're talking about. And he died for us. So there has to be some type of acknowledgement that we were going to have to go through some of these things. And also understanding that it is not necessarily our purpose. It is his purpose for our life. We go to Romans, for we know that all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose, not my purpose. And it's easy to say that we're living purposeful when we do things ourselves. And so one of the things that I always ask myself, is this a me thing, or did God really ask me to do this?
Yeah.
Come on now.
And then we get in turmoil and say, well, this is happening and this happened and that happened, and God just could probably be looking at you. I never asked you to do that. So at the end of the day, like I said, this goes back towards the cross.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Baby, we
That's
eating
good.
from this table this morning.
That is so good.
Oh, my God.